Hi, and welcome to Well-Read Wardrobe. I'm back with another, actually it's my first. Welcome to Well-Read Wardrobe. I'm Christin. I'm a full-time American reseller working my way from Seattle to Sydney. This is going to be my first What Sold of 2023, so we'll be going through February sales, and then I'm going to highlight January. But before I do, I finally get to tell you some fun personal news. It's been 10 months of waiting to hear from the Australian government, and we finally have something. It's not the yes yet, but our file has been opened. We filled out an application that was nearly 30 pages long with a lot of essays about our relationship, and paid it's about 6,000 American dollars on May 4th, because, may the 4th be with you. So now here it is, 10 months later, and they've opened the file. They're asking us questions. Things are starting to move along. Today I got to get my fingerprints taken so I can get an FBI clearance as part of the process, so I'm pretty excited. All right, now let's see what's sold. These are all going to be items that sold for $25 or more. If I have any exceptions, I'll let you know. And I did try to cut some sales out and just keep it at either unusual items or things in categories that we don't hear about as often, such as men's, kids, and lingerie. I'm going to start with Christin, where I had 2 sales for the whole month of February. First is this Topshop emerald green really cool necktie dress, and it sold for $35, but pricing on Christin does include free shipping. The other item was also a dress. It was a new with tags Chelsea 28 crochet type midi dress, and it sold for $40 with free shipping. Flyp consignment is another option for reselling. Currently have 1 box with another consigner, and she sold this Frank and Eileen top in February for $55.25. My cut of that was $22.10. Mercari is another option, and I don't sell very much there. However, we did have some sales. In February, I sold a vintage Ashley Scott mustard yellow wool coat. It does have minor flaws, and it sold for $35 plus shipping. Another sale on Mercari was this Novica dolman sleeve, very colorful striped sweater, and it sold for $38 plus shipping. This next item was new with tags, and it sold very quickly within days of listing. The brand is Savvy, and it was just an open front lightweight kimono, and it sold for $40 plus shipping. January highlights for Mercari were this vintage dress for $30, this As You Wish floral romper for $25, and Athleta jogger pants that sold very quickly within days of listing for $30. And now eBay. I have been selling on eBay since 2000. I have a new account with only 27 feedbacks. I've had some issues with eBay. However, here are the sales that came in, not including my very awful experience with auctions. Do not recommend, will not do again. It is always the buyers who pay 99 cents plus shipping that wind up having the problems, even if it's not their own fault. I am finding that I have a lower price of goods on eBay, so I'm skewing this just a little. Part of the reason is that in January, I had free shipping. So I'm only going to show the higher sales that even with free shipping meant I would have cleared $25 or higher if I would have sold it on Poshmark. So my first sale that meets that new criteria that I've given myself for eBay is a vintage blue maxi 90s style dress in a size small, and it sold for $39.99. Again, that was with free shipping, so I paid an average of $7.60 to put things into a flat rate envelope. Next, we have this Anthropologie piece that I picked up in a recent haul. It was by Knitted and Knotted, It did have flaws that were disclosed. Crochet tunic, size medium, and the buyer loved it. I sold it for $38.99. Next is a Johnny Was piece, and this is just the overlay of the dress, so I made sure to disclose that. The outerlay was floral and I think rayon. It was missing the lining that would have been silk, and it still sold for $38.99. Next, another vintage piece, Oscar de la Renta. This awesome caftan had like gold metallic ribbons throughout. I really loved this. It was a size medium and it sold for $88.99. The next piece that sold was new with tags, Victoria's Secret, and it was a nightgown, and it went for $34.99. And another vintage piece to sell on eBay for $34.99 was this really bright 90s style ugly sweater. It had patchwork all over it. It had some flaws, again disclosed, but it was pretty cool and funky. After that was a brand that I'm often told to not pick up by my own self. This piece was too cute to resist though. BCBG Max Azria knit midi dress. And this was an international sale. Because I had free shipping on it, it went through the global program, the old one, not the new one. And so it was, again, like I think $6 first class to go to somewhere here in the States. And then it got sent off to, I think, Mexico. And it sold for $44.99. And the buyer was thrilled. She left really nice feedback. Another vintage piece. This one was by Giorgio Armani, and this blazer was a European size 42 and sold for $49.99. And now for some quick January highlights. This anthro sweater sold free shipping for $38.99. This men's marine layer sweatshirt went for $39.99. And this Spanx bra, which was a low profile bra, size 38D, went for $38.99. This men's cashmere sweater was an Italian blend by Mantovani Studio. It also had some flaws, but they were not disclosed. The buyer found them after, messaged me, we had a nice conversation, and they decided to keep the piece. I didn't even have to give a partial refund, which I appreciated and had offered. And he bought it for $39.99. And this last piece for eBay, I called a Lag & Look sweater. The brand is Alberto Macaulay, and it sold for $38.99. And again, all my January sales were free shipping. A lot of my February ones were as well. I took that promotion off and now charging for shipping. Here are my February flips for Poshmark. I started with a bundle. So this bundle I thought was special and worth noting because it had a Rails banana print button-up blouse and 2 different pair of micro denim jean skirts in 2 different sizes. The whole bundle went for $40, so by no means is this a huge money maker, but I thought it was really interesting the pieces that were put together. Another sale that doesn't quite meet the criteria, but I'm going to tell you about anyways, is this Banana Republic lamb's wool Angora scarf. It sold within days of listing for $24. A very fast flip and a very lightweight item. So if you were to pick this up at the bins and you're not averaging, it would probably cost $1. Following that were these really actually gorgeous gold snakeskin heels in a size 7.5 by Loeffler Randall, and they sold for $50. Another Anthropologie piece, this bridesmaid dress by Jenny Yu, was a size 12 and new with tags, and it sold for $85. Another piece of lingerie, this one was a French garter with really pretty and delicate embroidery. It was a size small, and it sold for $37. Next was a Converse oversized athleisure wear sweatshirt in a minty green color. It was an extra large, and it went for $25. Then we had a Free People dress. This was a size large, and it needed some repairs. My daughter Sydney did help me sew this back together. I disclosed, and it went for $28. This bra set is a nursing and pumping set of bras by Kindred Bravely, size extra large, and they sold within days of listing as a pre-bundle. I did sell them together for $48. This Torrid maxi dress was new with tags, size 4X from the bins, and it sold for $36. More Anthropologie. This was also new with tags, and I kind of wanted to keep it for myself but have no reason. It's from the brand Moth, and it was a black knit midi skirt, and it sold for $36. Bras are doing very well for me right now, though you might not find them in this category of 25 plus. However, this next one was 28. This is a size 44 triple D, and it was by Torrid. My advice for listing bras is to check all the tags. Oftentimes there are codes or the style name written right on it, and you can use those to attract your buyers. Those of us who wear bras know what we like, and we'll be searching those keywords. The 7 for All Kind brown faux crocodile leggings were a size extra small, and they sold for $30. Then this Banana Republic pair of slacks, too petite. They were new with tags, and they sold for $48. Everlane jeans were another good sale. These are the way highs. They were a size 26, and they sold for $30. More maternity. Madewell maternity jeans and a size 26 sold for $40. This next piece again is a little under 25, but I thought it was worth noting because it sold the same day I listed it. And while it had heart prints all over it, it was too close to Valentine's Day to make it for the occasion. Maybe they were celebrating over the weekend. This is an Anthropologie brand, Odile, and it was actually pretty darling. It sold for $22 and was a size 14. This Free People dress was a personal favorite, not my size, but I wish. It was covered in yellow roses, and I really thought it would sell fast. However, I've had to relist this several times. It finally sold for $55 and was a size small. This cabbie vest sold pretty quickly. It had gold paisley on the back and was very academia styled. It was an extra large, and it sold for $30. A vintage piece also sold on Poshmark and received really good reviews. It was a blue wiggle sailor style dress, and when I purchased this from the bins, it had some staining on the white collar. I thought I could get it out, and I was correct. It was really satisfying to save this dress. It was a size 6, and it sold for $40. This black leather woven purse was by Christopher Kahn, and it sold for $40. Next is an LL Bean gray grandpa type cardigan sweater in a size medium, and it sold very quickly for $44. This Ishakti dress with golden roses was a size 18, and it sold for $38 after being relisted. This next piece might be a bit of a surprise, a mall brand on the list for 25 and up, and it did sell for $25. This was a cream lace pleated high neck sleeveless blouse in a size medium, and it sold within days of listing. Next, we have a unique piece. I don't know if you would consider this lingerie or just undergarments. These are actually for post-surgery. I sold them together. It was called the knee girdle zippered style in a size, both size extra large. They retail for over $100 each. I bundled them together and I sold them as a set for $60. These Converse sneakers were a mauve colored pink and in a size 9. I did wear these myself, and they sold for $36. However, they got lost in transportation, came back to me. The buyer contacted me to say she had no idea why they came back. We went through Posh support, and they decided that since she still wanted them and I still wanted to sell them, that instead of giving me a new shipping label, they went ahead and canceled the sale, had me relist them, and had her repurchase them. Their customer service is so all over the place. That was not supportive for either the buyer or the seller. No idea why they did it that way. However, second time was a charm. They did make it to her, and I stayed in contact as they were tracking to make sure that they actually got to her door. And the last piece that sold on Poshmark in February was this Hello Molly floral mini dress in a size 6 for $36. So we started the new year with 2 decent sales. An Anthropologie embroidered top in a size extra small went for $25. I remember my cost of goods being $1.99 at a Goodwill Monday sale, which I am starting back up again. The next thing that sold same day was this pair of Lane cowgirl boots in a size 11. These sold for $75, and I picked these up at a garage sale, and my cost of goods that day was $4. This pair of Levi's new with tag jeans, size 29, sold for $45. This was a month of jeans. The next pair was by Reformation. They were another smaller size, 25, and they sold for $50. This next sale was by a Brazilian designer, Tuffy Duick. It's a silk animal print midi dress. It was a size 44, which equated to a US small. I did show it on the mannequin and provide measurements, and it sold for $48. Next piece does not meet my requirements. However, I'm showing it to you anyways because it is a kid's item. This Hannah Anderson rainbow print dress, which was so darling, in size 4, sold within a week of listing for $18. And this was a bins pickup, which for me means my cost of goods would have been $2 or under. I also sold this Elodie Sherpa cream teddy coat for $35. Was very happy to see this go because it took up a lot of space in my storage system. In the maternity section, I sold a pair of Blanqui maternity jeans, size 10, for $50. Another a Goldie piece, puff sleeve sweatshirt, just a basic white sweatshirt. It went for $40. Then we have this cloth and stone for Anthropologie plus size piece. This pink dress was a size 1X, and it sold very quickly for $35. This next piece is by Poetry, and it was cashmere. It was a hooded cashmere cardigan, and it sold for $89. Another men's piece, Xana robe. These jogger pants in a size 32 sold for $35. Next is a Torrid brand cardigan. It was a really nice heavy knit, black, size 5X, and it sold for $48. I believe this sold within about 5 days of listing. Next, we have a 90s style distressed pair of jeans from a Goldie, size 29, and they sold for $55. 2 pair of men jeans sold, not in a bundle, but both for $60 each. First, we have a blue pair by Taylor Stitch. They were a size 30, and then a black pair that I didn't give myself notes for. So these black jeans, $60. And my last 2 January highlights are a Wild Fox embroidered heart sweatshirt that sold within 2 days of listing for $32, and this mini Bowden jumpsuit, size 14, that had to be relisted 3 times to sell for $40. I note that because Wild Fox is something that we often hear maybe don't pick up as often. It's not a fast flip. And I know I said mini Bowden, but I meant adult Bowden. I would have picked this up in a heartbeat, and I'm sure I did, and it took a while to sell. Lots more sales happened that didn't meet the criteria. I have tons of flips that are $10 to $15, a lot of them being bras. So I've decided I'm going to make a what sold lingerie edition to show you what I'm finding and how much it's going for. As much as I love the hauls, and yes, I want to keep doing those, it's not really helpful to anyone else if you don't know if it's selling. Even though I don't have a lot of high dollar sales on all my platforms, it was pretty satisfying to see that all 4 that I'm currently utilizing had something to show. I definitely plan on making a what sold video monthly from now on, so they should be a little shorter and hopefully help by being more in time with when things are selling. I know that you don't need to know what sold for me in January. However, this is my journey and I want to document it. all for today. Thanks so much for stopping by. Please remember to like and subscribe and come back next week. First, we have a vintage piece, a blue maxi 90s style dress.